Okay, question. I'm building the kitchen things. They all require chiseled stone. Is that just I can just use a chisel, right?
They don't require chisel stone.
Oh, they require is it stone bricks?
It's stone and chiseled is like an alternate recipe.
Is it like stone bricks I need to make then?
It's does it say chisel stone bricks or is it chiseled stone?
Chisel stone.
Just stone. So it's just cooked.
Oh, except any type stone. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine. I can live with that. Right. So we need to turn this back on then. Is 3 stacks going to be enough? Do you think?
On it of what?
Of stone.
Oh yeah, probably yeah. What are you trying to make?
I'm making all the.
Because not everything requires the exact same ingredients. Like the cabinets is I think only terracotta and a chest. You're gonna need a lot of chests. I will tell you that.
Yeah, I've made a couple of chests. I've made like 9 chests. I'm just gonna make a lot of stone because we don't seem to have any. Makes a lot of sense. Do you know what? I'll throw in another stack anyway. But yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of weird nonsense that goes on. And I think media has done this thing now where it's overextended itself. Like a perfect example was, and I do bring this up a lot, but that's because I have a problem with it because it's been done to such a weird extent. So, like in the Marvel comics, right? So they obviously started off and it was just Marvel things, and there's good guys and bad guys and all this kind of stuff. But then obviously they want to make something that kind of makes everyone go, "Oh my god, I have to get that comic or whatever," right?
Yeah.
So they make some big earth-shattering event, and the problem is that once you start going down the route of that, the next earth-shattering event either has to be.
I'm telling you right now, there's a reason why there's been 18 different fucking universes in Marvel currently. Never mind the fact that they've had to reset them, like.
No, but this is the mental thing about it, right? So you say that, but that's actually not true. There's no longer 18 million universes, because they used to do a thing where there was a whole bunch of different universes, and it was kind of like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. But then they had to do a thing. Well, having all the different universes, we need to make some earth-shattering event, and the earth-shattering event is there's now all of these universes. So this is what was it called? Not incursion. It was something along those lines. It was a stupid name, right? And the idea is that like all of these parallel universe bases basically needed to like destroy each other, or they both get destroyed, shit like that, right? So that became a big major thing, and then it was like, oh, okay, well, all of the other universes are destroyed, except for this one universe that isn't destroyed, and it's kind of like, right, okay, well, fine, okay, we'll live with that. But then it gets even more bonkers because then it's like, oh, okay, well, now all of the people from all these different universes are now living in the same universe, and it's kind of like, do you ever fucking sit there and just go, here, dude, fucking quit it, right? You've done enough, right? There's enough shit to deal with. Like, just stop it. Because it gets more and more progressive in terms of, like, what has to be the big thing that happens. Like, fucking, the Fantastic Four met God, like, a decade ago. Like, no, seriously, I swear to God, right? I'll see if I can find a picture of it.
It's Galactus.
No. That's the thing. He's just the eater of worlds. And, like, you've got shit like Infinity, who's, like, a being that just fucking, it's, you know what I mean? And it's just, it gets so out of hand so very fucking quickly.
Listen, when it's like to be like, not the shit of Marvel or anything, but it is all made up. So like,
no, obviously, but I mean, like, it's always done. It's not just Marvel. Like DC has kind of done it.
No. Any creative medium needs to build a story, and eventually you're gonna have to recon some editor or even some production team that doesn't work with your company anymore from 2 years ago.
Yeah, of
and you're
course,
gonna have well, it's better to just nuke the world and nick some of that storyline stuff we liked and restart. And then that happens every like 5 years.
Yeah.
So like,
sure, I don't know if you remember.
It's no different than all the Lucasfilm stuff and what is and isn't canon. And it's hard to maintain a universe when the universe has so many hands.
Yeah.
It's like it's too many cooks kind of situation. It's you
yeah,
can't do anything about it.
I definitely get that. Yeah, it is a bit mental, and it does. There are times when it does need to kind of just sit there and go, right, okay, we'll fucking quit it now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a bit mental. Although speaking of like, oh shit, I just dropped tools. Speaking of like, of media and stuff, I have a massive bone to pick with Netflix. So, fuck. I need to preface this, right? Because I don't know if you know this, but there are some animated shows that are not necessarily well received, shall we say. So, for example,
now you speaking Netflix? Are you speaking Netflix exclusive kind of shows, like it was made by Netflix? Or
no,
just,
no, no, no.
It just happens to be on Netflix.
Just animes in general. There are some that are not well received by people, and one of those,
you're right, there are some animes.
Yeah, is Sword Art Online. Now, I'm a massive fan of Sword Art Online, and as far as I'm aware,
I like it. In general, I think it really comes to the term of, do you watch anime? I've watched it. I like SAO. I don't like that they split it into 2 shows, because there was a season 2, even though there's technically 3 seasons built into the 2 seasons.
Yes, yeah. So the arcs,
like
they
go into a different game, do a whole essentially season in a new game, but it's still SAO, and then SAO 2 is Gun Game Online. And I was like, well, why didn't Alfheim and then the other one?
No, I definitely get that. Yeah. Quick question. Do we have? I'm gonna sleep real quick. Do we have any? Oh, I'm gonna sleep at 9. Oh. Do we have any black dye?
There will be. We have.
No.
I have Angsec.
Because I think we need specifically black stained glass. Yeah.
For what?
For ovens.
There's an Angsec, and you surround an Angsec with glass. I put it in the crafting table. It's in the very center. It's the only thing I can access from under here. That won't just throw it in there.
Perfect.
Just trying to give it the easiest way. But you put one of them surrounded by glass, and that'll give you.
Oh, so the Inksac works instead of dye.
Yeah. Inksac is Minecraft's black dye.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Same as bone meal's the white.
I'm a fan of SAO, and people can hate me for that. I couldn't give a flying monkey's fuck. However, right.
Listen, every person that I've has told me I don't like SAO. And there's been about 3 or 4 people. And it's like, oh, what didn't you like? Oh, I didn't like it kind of slow. It's like, well, I watched it while in a relationship, and I related via a relationship kind of way. So I came into it like okay with cutesy kind of crap.
Yeah.
It's not just an anime about an epic storyline where for some reason this guy's the only hero. It's like, well, it's a common kind of goal in SAO. Sure, there is like one
harem
guy that all the girls love.
Yeah, it's that harem-esque
as
anime
usual.
style. Yeah.
But like it is very much still like he's not in his own. There is other epic people. He's not the one guy.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, I definitely can see that.
But coming into that, like every person that's ever told me they don't like it, I've like, oh well, how much have you watched? And they're like, I've watched all of it. And I was like, when did you decide that you didn't like it? And I was like, oh, for like first few episodes. It's like, why the fuck would you waste your time?
Yeah. Why would you watch the
Why are you continuing to watch it? If I like, what are you gonna do if you didn't like Bleach? Are you gonna fucking watch it all? I fucking doubt it.
What if you don't like this Drano fluid? Are you still gonna fucking drink it?
Yeah. that food's disgusting. I better finish it off. I better top it off.
Yeah. No, I definitely get that.
Every person that's ever told me they don't like SAO, not have they given it a chance, but they've continued to watch it, including the second season.
Yeah, but you see, here's the thing.
It's a separate show, and if you don't like the show, like, why are you trying to watch it? Like, I get if you're maybe on the fence and you're like, I hope it gets better, but
no,
I know a lot of the.
I definitely get that.
It's a lot of the people. There's a lot of animes that I had watched that other people wouldn't. Anyway.
Yeah, of course.
Just because if it's a cutier thing, there's an anime called Tamako Market, which is about a young girl that works in like a mochi shop.
Right. Okay.
And that's it. Like that's the anime. It's not Attack on Titan. But for the same aspect, I know people that won't watch Attack on Titan because it's not the kind of
you see
anime
this
they want to watch.
This is the thing, right? I'm not a fan.
Like
people
Pokemon
have said,
and Yu-Gi-Oh are essentially identical shows, but
here's the thing.
It's really the context of the shows.
So I don't like Attack on Titan, and I also don't like Castlevania. And out of all of the like the different animes, like everyone says, no, you have to like Attack on Titan. I'm like, I'm not big into that like weird,
Honestly, like Attack
gory
on
kind
Titan
of shit.
is probably one of the best animes I've kind of watched, but it is a lot of. For one, it's got a lot of fan service because it's fairly true to the mangas and stuff.
Okay.
But it's one of the best ones for me because of what other anime am I watching? Some big dude crunch into some I don't know how to say this. That's not offensive. So you
Go
can
for it.
bleep it. But some looking dude chomping down on a human, like
Yeah,
because all of the Titans are artistically. 90% of them, because obviously there's the special ones that look cool and all that kind of stuff. But they're all naked babies.
yeah.
They're all intended to look weird, and not just in a terms of weird, but like, and that's very much a lot of the horror stuff in Japanese kind of culture. A lot of them is that big smiled grin. A lot of them's that kind of. It's not uncanny valley. It's just like jarring because it's jarring.
it's the way the art style is done. It's supposed to be creepy and jarring and weird.
Yeah,
and
but that's an intent for it, and I like that to an extent. I wouldn't like it in a horror movie, but because it's in like an action movie and it's like, oh, it's only for a scene. Oh, that's kind of weird, but it's not like the main character is doing that.
yeah, and this is a big thing for me. I don't like any like because I think I associate anime with like a cartoon, like a Saturday morning cartoon.
The thing is, where like, and this is just growing up, but I'd imagine this is the case for most people. Pokemon is a Japanese show, and
of course,
is it Funimation?
For which one? Sorry,
that dubs it for Western audiences.
Sorry, which anime?
Yeah, I know. Sorry, just Pokemon. Like all of the basic things normally get dubbed through.
Toei Animation does Dragon Ball Z. I'm
talking about originally. I don't know about the current.
The original dub. I don't know.
Like whenever they all got dubbed, they came through Cartoon Network.
I want to say it was 4Kids. Something in my mind tells me it was 4Kids, and I don't know why. I think it's because I recently watched that thing about the Porygon episode, and I think they said it was 4Kids.
I'm sure the whole show's 4Kids.
No, there's a company called 4Kids. I think it was 4Kids is the English speaking dub.
Anyway, yeah, so you've got Yu-Gi-Oh, which I'm pretty sure is also a Japanese anime. It's there's a difference, like once it hits kind of our market, and it's not initially, it's just called a cartoon, but it's the same thing. It's just different styles.
Of course,
it's a drawn thing or a computer animated thing. It's anime is obviously, I'm assuming animated. I'm assuming that's what that comes from.
Anime comes from the term of animation or animated, but the difference between like a cartoon and an anime is always like.
But it's style, right? Like it's not.
It's
like
not even drawings. Yeah. There is very little difference other than like an anime is meant to be more for like an adult, like a more adult.
Oh yeah, audience. But true. But Pokemon, I'm assuming, is an anime.
Oh yeah, no,
Dragon Ball Z is an anime.
Definitely, yeah.
Even though I'd probably consider it like a cartoon, but that's because that's what kids' shows and all were called when they arrived on like Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon or Fox
no, definitely,
Kids.
No, I get you. It's a weird thing.
It's just a name for kind of the same kind of stuff. Now there's definitely stylistic differences and like cultural differences. Like you're not gonna see any kind of, well, I say that maybe now you would, but before you would not see anything like Spirited Away or anything come from America.
No, definitely not. Yeah, no, I get you.
And that's because I think it lives in that kind of like darker place. Like it's willing to go to a darker place. It's not all like politically correct. Well, not that it's not politically correct, but it's not like all has to be kid friendly. Like the idea of creeping out a kid by like in Spirited Away, her parents get turned into pigs, and it's not like cutesy little pigs. It's fucking like hogs.
Yeah. It's I've always found that as much as I like Studio Ghibli, a lot of his animations, like especially I don't know if you've seen Princess Mononoke.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you remember the giant pig. It's like the giant
giant
boar
pig.
animal thing, and it's like covered in tentacles and stuff. It's like it basically looks like, imagine someone got a lot of like 1,000 million billion worms, right, and threw them all into like oil, and then like made like the shape of a beast out of that.
But
That's what it looks like.
And I don't know enough about the history of why there's a lot of tentacle stuff in Japanese stuff.
Yeah, I don't want to go into that.
I can also confirm. I'd imagine like you wouldn't see a show like Mice from Mars come out of Japan, and I might be completely wrong, but I do not think it's a Japanese show.
Well, having said
very
that,
American.
Though, yeah, having said that though, there are shows that are similar. Like, because for me, I would associate, Biker Mice from Mars and it's not Sharks Alive. What is it called? Shark Attack. Shark Attack.
Street Sharks.
Street Sharks. That's that one. Street Sharks. All that kind of stuff. I would associate that in the same.
Well, they're all like Fox Kids. That's
bucket.
Essentially where they were.
No, but I would always associate
a season long
them with stuff like Power Rangers. I would say that they're all very similar. Normally, I would associate them like.
Yeah, but see, Power Rangers I could see coming from Japan. It's just there's certain like. It's the same as Ninja Turtles. Because that's pretty much what Street Sharks is as well as like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, it is that same. It's like that team of heroes against that.
The team of like, hey, we've got a wee bit of a stoner one.
Yeah, there's always a loser or whatever.
We need someone relatable for every kid that's watching.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We'll put a coolish one. We'll put a leader one. We'll put like a, not specifically like a burnout one, but maybe a more lazier one. I don't know how to say it.
Always, there is always this kind of.
There's always that one that cares less.
Yeah, there's always the leader.
To have fun or enjoy themselves.
There's the leader, the fun one, and the nerdy one. That's normally what it is, and then they'll normally throw in another one just because.
But that's the exact same. It's the same as movies, and I don't know if that the same tropes are there for. I'm not being productive, by the way, while talking about this, because I cannot figure out. The torque shafts and all work perfectly, but it's one of those things that there's a straight. Multiple blocks go into it, and multiple blocks go out of it, and I can't figure out which ones need to match which parts.
Nice.
While talking.
Fair enough.
So you've got no fish so far. I've been here for ages, and I've got no fish.
I'm sure we'll live. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'll get there eventually, but.
Well, I'm like racking my way through this kitchen. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. But yeah, no, it's a weird thing. It's like there's always this kind of I don't want to say stigmatism. Stigmatism is not the right word, but this kind of like recipe for all.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like in Western, and I keep having to catch myself to figure out which side Western is.
Never eat
in American culture, and I guess European, like obviously French animation's different as well and all that kind of stuff, but kind of like our side versus Japanese and all sides of it, it's, and I'd imagine Japanese is fairly similar, but even TV shows, it's not specifically like an anime thing, it's TV shows. You've got the jock, the nerd, the like cheerleader chick, the nerdy chick, even though like you kind of double over because you're trying to get the most diverse kind of crew, but not just because like you need it like realistic, but you need it relatable. That's I think why Breakfast Club worked so well, because people were like, oh, that's me, or oh, that's my mate.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, the perfect.
Oh, we
example.
got an artsy one that's a bit fucking odd. Like.
Yeah, I mean, the big one I think that people will always do is Friends, because it's always been a thing. Like I've grown up with people doing it, and yeah, well, even so, shows.
They've got like they've And I don't know why, but they have made people fat in Friends. I don't
Hey,
know if
people.
that's just a story point, but you also go like, there may not be a fat one currently, but Monica used to be fat.
Yeah,
And here's
yeah.
some episodes and all about it. And here's how funny I am, and then Chandler had his flock of seagulls hair and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's always
So
like,
because
oh
they
yeah,
jump through time and all that,
they're cool guys, but like, oh, they've done like mad
that's
crazy stuff.
I don't know if you can consider them cool people, to be honest.
No, but you know what I mean. But they're people that you would want to be friends with or be like or whatever it might be, and it is that kind of. I wholly understand that. Like it is very much.
There's
like,
a recipe. There's a recipe on making a working TV show. Like there's a reason why all the teen movies are identical, even story wise.
Yeah. Well, that's a fucking different kettle of fish altogether.
Pretty girl takes off glasses. Hot guy likes him.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
girl
and that was
realizes her best mate was the true love of all along.
all along. Yeah, yeah. It's what was it that was it, I want to say my sister was a big fan of. I think it was Princess Diaries. Now, like she's whatever it is. She's like, what year are we in? 21. So she's like
They're gonna say
21,
Bride,
right?
so
Yeah, so
very different.
No, Princess Diaries. Princess Diaries is this whole kind of like this girl who's a nobody. She's like a bit of a nerd, bit of a loser. You know, everyone treats her like shit, and like turns out that she's actually a princess of like this country that no one's fucking heard of. Which sounds to me sounds sketchy at best. If someone turned around, like if someone just showed up at my door and was like, "By the way, you're the prince to, I don't know, fucking."
Sounds like you need to watch Coming to America
What? You know what I mean? You could just.
That's the plot line for Coming to America too.
Oh, is it? Oh, I saw that. That was actually on.
Yeah.
I saw that.
So
That was on Amazon.
it's only came out recently, and it's heavily like fan referenced. Like
Yeah,
there's a lot of callbacks to the first film 15 years ago.
Yeah, it is a weird one.
It's also like and not to spoil too much, but I think it is the point of the movie, where he has an illegitimate son essentially.
Oh.
And he goes back to America to get his son to come return, and like the very start, it was like, I'm a prince. Like, what do you mean?
Wait, how does that work? Where's the illegitimate son come from?
Because he's had sex, I'm assuming.
Yeah, but I thought his like girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah,
from
so
the first movie
I
came with
think
him.
the thing is like it's kind of hinted upon and stuff that obviously he had been in America for a bit before he found his wife that he took home.
Did
So
he?
I think it's yeah, so it's like the very start of the film, like he goes dating and all that kind of stuff.
I don't remember that at all, but okay.
Before because he works at fake McDonald's.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah.
I can't get this fish for him. So yeah, he works at like a fake McDonald's and stuff. So he does go to a nightclub and all that. And I've watched the first film again recently enough after watching the second one, because the chick who's the mother in it, I don't remember seeing in the first one.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, is that one of the people that were in like when they were sitting at the table doing like the dates? And I assumed that they were just sitting with loads of people doing that, but I wonder if maybe like they actually followed through and just for editing reasons, like
Yeah, I just decided to. Yeah.
like they were just trying to pass a week by or whatever.
I know it is kind of weird.
But yeah, so that's the idea of that film. Like, you are a prince, and it's like, I am a what? Like, how do you go from there? And it's like if quote marks the story's true, if it is like you are, like, you can't really deny it too much. It is obviously honor, but like, what are you gonna say? No, I'm not. Thanks.
No, but by that same
Appreciate it.
token, it's kind of like, well, you know, it's oh shit. Hang on. By that same token, it's very much kind of like, well, like how do you know? You know what I mean? How do you know that you are in fact, you know, a prince of a country that you've never heard of before?
I guess you have to go to the country.
I suppose, But yeah, sorry. This is all a big rigmarole. This is all a big tangent onto what I was originally going
It's
to say.
absolutely pointless.
Yeah. So Netflix, right? Netflix, SAO. Massive fan of SAO. If you don't like SAO, I couldn't care less. I'm not a big fan of gory or super overly animated or whatever it is. But anyway, I do like SAO. The newest season. Now I say newest, but I think this is like the newest dubbed season of SAO. Is like another.
I don't think I've caught up in it, to be honest.
Okay,
I remember watching Gun Game Online, and that's kind of where I stopped it. Whenever it finished the Gun Game Online stuff, I think there has been stuff since.
Yeah, so Gun Game Online was like the last dubbed season. So like after that, there was like if you wanted to watch it in English, there was pretty much nothing else for you. But
I watched it all subbed anyway.
Right. Okay. Well, that's not too bad. Well, there is another one called I want to say it's called Alicization, and it's a lot more. It's a lot heavier on like the story and like other stuff. Like not to spoil it, but like in the first few episodes, there's heavily hint at, and I don't mean like it's like almost like you almost see it. And
to
another
be
guy.
Fair, like even SAO, when Kang and Kodos from fucking Simpsons, were getting a wee bit close to your one.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
But not only
where's
that.
This going?
Oh my god! I just found some mad crazy shit. But yeah, so not only that, but there's also a guy's eye gets blown out, and you almost see it. As
well, that's fine.
No, but like that's way more than what it used to be. But anyway, so when the dub first aired on Netflix, right, I had a massive problem with it because what they did was they aired the first, I want to say season and a half. It was either season and a half or the first half a season. And what I mean by that is they stopped, their last episode wasn't at the end of the season. It was like in the middle of an arc. Like smack bang in the middle of an arc. It wasn't at the end of an arc. It wasn't at the end of a season. It was just, they just stopped. There was no other episodes. And it really pissed me off. It's like, well, I want to watch the rest of it, but I can't, right? So whatever, that was fine. So recently, the new SAO, like they've updated SAO on Netflix. So not only have they finished season 2, but they've actually put in season 3. So season 3 is like this new one, this Alicization, right? The problem is that for some god knows fucking reason.
Is it called SAO 3?
It's called SAO Alicization.
Right. I thought that was a movie. I have seen it.
There is so there is a movie. There's like 4 or 5 movies in this universe.
Yeah. There's also a few games.
Oh yeah, there's loads of games. But Alicization was also uploaded with a half fucking season. There's like 28 episodes or 26 episodes in the season, and they only uploaded half of them. It's in the middle of a massive cliffhanger.
The reasons for that is just rights.
But why are you only posting half a fucking season? Either do the whole season or don't fucking bother.
Well, did you watch it?
I watched the half season and then was utterly
so that's
furious.
why it is.
No, but here's the thing: like, if you just gave me the season,
and you probably will watch the other half eventually.
Yeah, when it comes out in fucking 3 years. It was ages ago that first came up on Netflix, and it was.
To be fair, like it's no different than saying, "Hey, why the hell did they only release 6 episodes of WandaVision when I know the fuckers have it edited?"
No,
like,
but that's different because at that point, like they're obviously releasing them week to week. With Netflix, it's like they release the whole thing, like they upload it as a whole set.
Yeah, but it's since Netflix aren't the one making it, and I'm sure they're not even the one dubbing it. So
no, but I mean, either the episode's dubbed or it's not. Don't do half a fucking season. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine if you went on to Netflix? No, but I mean,
it's rights. They might not have the rights to publish it online. It's no different than like the reason a lot of stuff's not on the Irish Netflix is because Sky will have the rights for distribution in that area.
No, but again,
like it's a Beverly Hills Cop has 3 movies, and 2 and 3 are on a lot of stuff, but 1 isn't.
But again, that's different.
I'm like, how the fuck do you get into it? Like,
we're still talking about
it's a single
movies.
movie of 2 hours, not a whole show. Same as Lucifer. Lucifer's only got certain seasons. And I'm like, well, I want to get into the show, but I'm not going to start on this fucking season, am I?
I mean, to be honest, we're actually currently watching Lucifer, and it is... I don't know how much I love it or how much I hate it. It's very hard to tell. I think I like it, but I'm not sure. It is very strange.
Right, well, look, we've automated fishing, but...
well, we have a kitchen.
I can't figure out how to get the fucking stuff out of boxes. I think I can put a chest on it. I might be able to put a chest on each of them.